Hey everyone, Combo here, back with another Empires and Puzzles video, and today we are in day 1 of the 4-star buff booster raid tournament with all colors. I'm going to feature my 5 raid flags with commentary as far as the defense that I chose this week. So I have Toon Cyprian at tank, and then I've got 2 other Toons, Tiberius and Regard on the flanks. I put the Toons there because, or rather put purples there because of the fact that the counterattack from Cyprian is undispellable and lasts 2 turns longer, so that's 7 turns of counterattack that all 3 of them will get once Cyprian goes off. And then I do love having Cyprian in here because of the superior masterclass talents as well. So he will have a 50% chance to activate the following effects when he gets hit anytime, whether that's by tiles or with the specials. This character and nearby allies get plus 25% defense for 2 turns, and this character and nearby allies recover 10% health. So the 25% defense for 2 turns does count as a buff in buff booster. So Cyprian has the ability to give that counterattack to himself and nearby allies plus that extra defense, so he can give 2 buffs. I've got Goldie in here as a healer and reflector, Tiberius as our primary attacker, and then I've also got Regard as another healer and Toon Lizu as another attacker and mana reducer. Our first featured hero this week is actually going to be Toon Cyprian, so I'm going to put him right up here in the middle, and we are going to be going up against a Glass Kirill tank team. They've also got Regard, Toon Melindor, Tiberius, and Goldie. So they don't have any glass heroes, so we are going to put in a couple other purples in here so that we can get that 7 turns of counterattack. And I'm going to put in a couple greens in here, I think. Yeah, we'll bring in Melindor and Caedmon. Perfect. All right, let's go into battle with this and see how our first flag goes. I'm going to start off with this green diamond down here on the bottom right. And let's set off that green diamond because I should be able to kill Kirill actually before he even gets started. And I might not even need to hit him with Caedmon actually. Let's see. Let's use Melindor to give myself a defensive buff, which will help my attack. And then I'm just going to match these 3 purples on the left and see if that 1 purple tile can kill Kirill. Perfect. Now, let's match. Actually, let's hit Tiberius with Caedmon. And then I'm going to match a bunch of tiles here. These yellows and blues in the middle, which will set off that cascade of reds. Do some tile dumping here. All right, finally got a couple greens. I am thinking about hitting that blue dragon just where it is to set off those couple purples, and then it'll set a cascade of blues right next to it, and then reds right after that. Or reds at the same time, actually, because the other one moved up. That's fine. Let's ghost these 3 yellows. Man, really not getting a lot of tiles I need. Let's hit the red dragon. See what kind of damage that 1 green tile will do. Not too much, but maybe we can kill Tiberius with these purple tiles before he gets healed. Damn it. Not quite. All right, let's match these 3 greens now. I'm going to match the 3 reds all the way on the left. Actually, you know what? Let's ghost the 3 blues up the middle. Maybe I can get a purple on the bottom somewhere. Nope. Let's try the reds up against Regard since he's going to go off anyway. Man, can't get a purple to save my life this battle. Let's try the 3 yellows up against Regard. Still no purples. All right, let's match the... I don't want to match the greens and yellows in the middle because it's going to separate that purple too much from them. You know what? Let's match the 3 blues up top. See if I can get a purple. Finally got a purple. All right. Now let's use Regard first and then Cyprian. That way I can get a couple buffs for Tiberius before he goes off. And now I'm going to use the main part of Tiberius on Goldie, I think. Yeah. Let's match these greens and yellows now. Let's hit Goldie with Caedmon. I don't want that attack stacking up, so I'm trying to get rid of her first if we can. Let's match the 3 reds up against Tiberius. Goldie's hanging on by a thread. I don't know if I can kill her before she gets healed up, though. Let's match these yellows and blues, see if I might get lucky with something. We did get lucky with some purples, and Tiberius is dead. Awesome. All right, now I'm going to match these 3 greens. That'll give me Caedmon. She is going to get healed from Regard, but it's just a small overheal, so we should be able to kill her, I think, with Caedmon. And then let's match this with blue diamond. Perfect. Okay, now we're looking in good shape. Let's hit, or rather use our buff boosters first, and then Tiberius, and then I'm going to hit this purple diamond. That'll give me my purple specials back. Might as well hold on to Regard and Cyprian since I don't need them. Let's match these purples over here. Match these greens. Melindor is almost dead, and now he is. Perfect. Okay. Let's see if we can kill Regard soon now. This will give me Caedmon, who has his Thorn minions stacking up also. All right, we are 1 for 1, a little bit of a longer battle, but I'll take it. Next up, we've got a Chow tank team. They've got Toon Chow, Toon Boltusk, Skittle Skull, Grim, and then Fjalar. So I am probably going to keep the team the same since they have a yellow tank, and I've got those 3 purples already. I am going to start off with the 4 reds up against Chow. I want to see if I can get a green somewhere in there. We did get one, and we're able to match a green diamond. Awesome. Okay, perfect. That's why I didn't match those 4 greens to start. See if I could get lucky, and I did. Let's use Caedmon against Grim. And then I'm going to match these 3 purples right up the middle up against Chow. And he is dead already. Awesome. Now, I don't want to hit the red diamond. The green diamond, because it's not going to give me Caedmon. Let's match the 3 reds up against Grim, setting off that cascade of blue, see if I can get anything else. All right. That green diamond will now give me Caedmon. So let's hit that right now. Yeah. Or hit the red dragon to hit the green diamond. Skittle Skull's dead. Awesome. Let's use Melindor to heal. And then I'm going to hit Fjalar with Caedmon since these purple tiles would kill Grim anyway. And let's use Cyprian, Regard, and let's kill Fjalar with Tiberius, or close to it. Trying to not match tiles up against Boltusk so that he doesn't heal. All right, perfect. Fjalar is dead. Let's ghost these 3 purples. Just going to ghost tiles over here until Boltusk is going to go off. And he is going to go off now, so I may as well match some tiles up against him. Alright, let's see if we can kill him. Just kidding, the Thorn minion killed him, and he did not revive. Alright, we are 2 for 2 to start this raid tournament. Next up, we are going to have a Glass Grim Tank team. They've also got Glass Caedmon, Goldie, the Silencer version of Lizu, and Glass Melindor. So they do have 2 glass costumes. So Cyprian's going to work a little bit less efficient because of the glass costumes bypassing with their specials. They will not bypass with their regular attacks, though. So I am going to keep him in, and because they've got that blue tank, I may as well keep my greens in. All right. I guess this team is working out pretty well based on the tanks that we've been going up against. I'm going to start off with the 3 greens vertically, setting off that cascade of yellows right after. I always try to cascade when I can. Perfect. Nice cascade with the purples. And Lizu might be dead pretty soon. Let's match the 3 reds on the top. That's going to set off that cascade of reds underneath. Maybe I can get a purple underneath. Nope. Let's match the 3 greens horizontally in the bottom right. All right. Grim is dead already. Awesome. Now, going to match the 3 reds, I think, horizontally. It's going to make it so I can match some greens, and we did get lucky with a purple. Even better. Let's match this cascade of blues and purples. Goldie is dead. Awesome. Nice cascade. Kill Lizu. Perfect. Everything is going my way. I am going to hit the blue diamond so I can move up that purple tile on the left so I can match 3 purples up against Caedmon. Don't set off Melindor, though. This should kill Caedmon, I think. Not quite. Alright, he did get healed up, but that's okay. Let's see if we can kill him with Tiberius. Not quite. Kill him with Caedmon. Not quite still. Alright. Let's match these reds up against Caedmon. See if I can get a purple or green. We did. And I'm gonna do this. That will definitely kill Caedmon. Alright, let's hit Melindor with some purple tiles. Nice. This will give me Caedmon, and we might be able to kill him. I'm going to use Melindor first to give me that buff. Not quite enough to kill him. But these purple tiles will give me Tiberius, which might kill him if I use Cyprian and Regard first. Not quite, man. Melindor's hanging on by a thread. Let's hit the yellow dragon. That'll give me Caedmon, and then that should definitely kill him. Or the thorn minion can kill him. Even better. All right, we are now 3 for 3. Next up, we've got a glass Cyprian tank team. They've got mostly glass heroes with glass Caedmon, Lizu, Caedmon, and Toon Cyprian. And I'm going to mix up the team a little bit here, because I need some glass heroes to bypass the counterattack from Cyprian. So let's bring in glass Lizu. Probably bring in glass Caedmon. And then probably glass Grim. Yes. All right, let's go into battle with this. I think I've only got 1 healer. Do we think Melindor is enough? Or do I want to bring in another healer? Yeah, I think I might bring in Goldie in for Caedmon. That way I can get another yellow also. All right, let's go into battle with this. We do have 4 yellows that I could start off with, which I think I'm going to do. I could match the 3 blues to set up the cascade, but I'd rather have the 4 yellows. Especially where both Goldie and Lizu get their specials in 10 tiles. All right, now let's match the 4 blues. And then I'm going to match the 3 blues on the bottom. Give me a blue somewhere on the bottom. Damn. I'm going to move up that 1 blue tile and then hit the dragons in the middle, and that will give me Grimm's special. And I'm going to attack the 3 on the left, I think. Lizu's kind of be the more annoying one because of the mana reduction. Now, let's match the 3 blues and greens here. Alright, Cyprian's dead. Grimm is dead for me. Not ideal. Definitely need to heal soon. Let's match the 3 greens up against Lizu. No. Let's match the 3 greens on the right over here. And now I think I'm going to need to match... Actually, let's ghost the 3 yellows. That'll give me enough for Goldie. Perfect. Now let's heal with Goldie. Now let's hit... let's use Lizu first. And then let's see what happens from here. How many more turns does she have counterattack for? 1 more turn. Let's match the 3 yellows on the bottom here. I don't think the 3 greens are going to be enough to kill Lizu. But I'm going to take a chance here, I think. Oof, so close. Alright, of course, Melindor did get his mana reduced. Let's match the blues here, see if that's enough to kill Lizu. Awesome. Don't kill anybody, Caedmon, thank you. Let's ghost these 3 green tiles. That's going to give me Melindor to heal. We are looking in better shape now. Let's match the 3 reds up top to set off that cascade of purples, and I can match some yellows next turn. Nice. Let's use Cyprian. Match these 3 yellows up top. I am going to ghost the 4 greens here. That's going to give me enough for Melindor to heal again after Caedmon goes off. Let's heal with Caedmon. And this Caedmon's going to go off, so I might as well throw some tiles up against him. Holding on to Cyprian since I don't need to use him right now. Let's match the 4 greens. And we got some yellows. Nice. Or 1 yellow that I need. Right, let's use Goldie first. And then let's use Cyprian to give the extra buff to Lizu. And then let's use Lizu. Alright. Now, we should be able to kill Caedmon with these 3 greens and that blue. Awesome. Nice cascade of yellows ghosted. And let's see if I can get lucky with a yellow somewhere in here. Cool. That works. That should give me Goldie and Lizu again. Let's see if we can kill Caedmon between this and maybe the blue tiles next turn. Not quite. Although the counterattack on the next turn was enough to kill. Cool. Alright, now we just need to ghost some tiles. Until Kiril's about to go off. Which he is now. Let's match the purples. I've only got 1 attacking special right now since Grimm is dead, which is a little unfortunate, but we should be okay. Just need to get the battle moving along a little bit. Nice Cascade. Let's give some buffs to everybody. And then see what kind of damage these green tiles can do. Just kidding, we didn't even need that. Lizo killed off Carol, and we are 4 for 4 now. Next up, we have a Aaron tank team. Interesting. So she turns everybody into Soul Connected for 4 turns. All enemies get plus 25% increased damage for 4 turns. This effect is increased by plus 5% for each minion or mega minion owned by all enemies, up to 50% in total. So that's an interesting tank decision. I'm going to bring back in Regard and Tiberius, and then I'm going to take out Goldie and Melindor, and let's bring in Bold Tusk and Toon Gormek, I think. Yeah. They've got glass costumes to bypass the counterattack, actually. So, I'm actually more concerned about the greens than I am with Aaron. So let's take out these over here. Let's bring in one of my colons. Put in Gormek over here, and then I'm going to bring in one other healer. We will bring in Regard as a healer, because they don't really have any buffs that they're giving themselves. But Regard will help cleanse me. Yes, cleanse the status elements. Okay, cool. All right, let's start off with this. Not a lot of reds here, or purples. This is going to be interesting. All right, definitely going to need a tile dump. Let's see what we can make work. Let's match the 3 greens up against Cademon so I can match that blue diamond next turn, I guess. Now, let's hit the blue diamond. Okay. Let's match the 3 greens horizontally. That's going to set off a cascade of purples underneath and make it so I can match some purples next turn. I'm going to see if I can get lucky here. I'm going to match the 4 yellows up the middle. If I can get a red in the middle, that would be really cool. No red. That's okay. Let's try that again with the greens, actually. No red again. Aaron's going to go off, but it doesn't really matter based on the fact that she just went off. Let's match the reds now and set off that cascade of purples. That will kill Aaron. Nice cascade with the reds. Awesome. All right, let's use Bold Tusk to heal. Give me that attack up, and then I'm going to attack the Bold Tusk over here, maybe? No, let's attack Cademon. I might be able to kill him with the purples that are about to get matched. Let's match the 3 greens first. Set off that cascade of purples. Close, but we did get a red, and that might kill him. Either way, I'm going to get colon special. Okay, perfect. Cademon is dead. And let's kill this Cademon. Awesome. Let's ghost these 3 purple tiles, I think. Let's use Regard and Cyprian. And I'm going to hit the yellow dragon up top. That's going to set off a cascade of the reds directly underneath. Let's match the reds over here so I can get my red specials. And let's go after Grim first, since Bold Tusk is a fighter class and I don't want to deal with him reviving right away. Let's match these greens and purples over here, or greens and blues rather, for the cascade. Alright, Bold Tusk is dead from the counterattack. Awesome. Now, Let's ghost these 3 reds. Let's hit the dragon here. And Grim is dead from the counterattack. Awesome. All right. We ended up going 5 for 5 today. Went pretty smooth, even considering that last flag, which was a terrible board to start. As far as our defense goes, right now we've got a C rating, have not been attacked at all. 5-0 on offense. That puts us at rank 1207. But we're only like 24 points behind first place right now, which is basically just based off of the opponents that I went up against. Let me know how your day 1 Buff Booster 4-star raid tournament went. And that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it or found it helpful. And if you did, hit that like button. Make sure you're subbed to my channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.